Hey everybody, welcome to Slash Bash, where today I am bringing you another Choosing Beggar Reddit video. If you are new to the channel, then subscribe, and click on notifications so you don't miss out on the fun. In our first story, helping a Choosing Beggar friend costs our OP his job and apartment. Let's jump right in. From 2012 to 2014, I was an apartment building super landlord. I took care of 7 buildings. That involved renting out apartments, cleanup, painting after a move out, etc. As part of my remuneration, I got to use a 2-bedroom apartment. One room was for me and the other one was for my son. Here's the story. A friend of mine had just moved back from out west and he needed a place to stay and a job. I offered him my couch for a while and even got him to help with my work chores. I paid him for it so that he could save up to get his own place. I only charged him $200 a month and the cost of food. I agreed that he could stay with us for 3 months. It wasn't great. One thing that was annoying was that he would regularly eat my son's treats. I would repeatedly tell him to leave my son's treats alone, but he always answered, "Sorry man, I had the munchies. Don't worry, I'll replace them though." He never did. The people at our main office knew that I had hired him to help me out. They told me they were fine with it so long as I only hired him for painting. As I couldn't get him to stop eating my son's treats, I ended up taking them all and putting them into my bedroom where I could lock the door. The first day I did this, as I was doing my walk around the building to make sure all the doors were locked, etc., my friend texted me to ask where the snacks were. As I just paid him $400 the day before, I told him to go out and buy his own. He told me that he had gone to a bar where he had lost all his money gambling on VLTs, video lottery terminals, so now he is broke. He then asked me to pay him in advance for the next job that he was scheduled to do, even though that job was still a week away from starting. I told him that I wouldn't give him an advance for the work. I told him he should have saved his money and spent it wisely. When I said that to him, he got mad at me and asked me how he is going to survive with no money until then. I told him, I am sure you will manage, and you could try to find some other work as well. Then I went back to the job I'd been working on. I still had a few more hours to go before I was finished. About 2 hours later, my boss called me to say that my roommate had called her to demand money for the same upcoming job. When my boss told him no, he tried to get me in trouble with my boss. He told my boss that I had been collecting money for jobs I hadn't actually done, to the tune of $8,000. Of course, that wasn't true. I was furious. I immediately stopped working and went to talk to my roommate. But when I got home, I found a huge surprise. My apartment door was wide open. I had been robbed. What wasn't missing from my apartment was broken, including some family heirlooms. All the food from the fridge was gone, the same with the pantry. Then, for good measure, he had kicked in my bedroom door and taken my son's stash of treats too. I was shocked beyond words, but this was just the beginning. A few hours later, while I was still in the process of cleaning and fixing what I could in my apartment, there was a knock on my door. When I answered the door, I was greeted by my boss, and with her were 4 police officers. My boss slipped past me and asked the cops to follow. I probably wouldn't have stopped her anyway, but just so that you know, there was nothing I could do about it, because the contract I have with her explicitly allows her to enter my apartment. When she saw the state of my apartment, with my bedroom door kicked off the hinges, holes in the walls, broken items that I hadn't even yet cleaned up, she was upset to say the least, but not in a sympathetic way. All of a sudden, I find myself being handcuffed by the police and then taken to the police station for the charge of assault and battery. Part of my work contract states that I have to stay on the good side of the law. I guess being arrested broke that rule, so on the spot, my boss fired me. She told me I had to clear out my things as quickly as possible. When I got to the police station, I was shown pictures of my roommate. His face was badly beaten. One of his eyes was almost shut and the other did not look much better. I was being blamed for it even though I never touched him. The police took pictures of my hands, which had no injuries, for court. The next day, I was taken to court. As I entered, I saw my friend in the courtroom. He stood there with his beaten face, pretending to be scared of me. He went so far as to have a bailiff stand beside him to protect himself from me. His brother was also there with him. The judge allowed him to tell his side of the story, and then I was allowed to tell mine. The lies he told court were so far-fetched. I was surprised that he had such a good imagination. There were too many to go through. When my turn came, all I could do was to state my innocence, explain what happened, and show the pictures of my hands without any marks on them. I was able to point out that his brother's knuckles were all beat up. When the judge asked his brother how his hands were damaged, he said he was doing mechanic work on his car and busted up his knuckles on a stubborn nut. Then the roommate even started to fake cry, asked for a restraining order against me, and said I still owed him $800 for work he had done for me. I had to keep books with the money that was incoming and outgoing down to the cent. I was able to show this to the judge. The judge believed my side, and so my roommate was found in contempt of court for lying and wasting the court's time. He had to come up with almost $10,000 for repairs to the apartment. He had to pay almost $500 in court costs. He was sentenced to 1 year in jail, 6 months for contempt of court, and another 6 months for perjury. His brother was also charged with perjury and, funnily enough, assault on his brother. Although I was found not guilty, that didn't help me keep my job. The whole situation left a sour taste in my boss's mouth, so I still lost my job and had to move. It worked out for the best, though. I moved to a different city and I ended up finishing my Red Seal as a chef. Then I found a much better job in the restaurant industry, which gave me an increase in job satisfaction and in pay. When my roommate was released from jail, he moved out west again. I haven't seen him since, which I am happy about. Less happy that I haven't seen any of the money he owes me. I do have a lien on his paycheck though, which will remain until he has paid off the money he owes me. Right now, I am getting nothing, so he is either not working or working under the table. But as soon as he starts a legal job, 50% of his gross pay comes directly to me until I'm paid off. It seems like I shouldn't need to say this, but don't beg a friend for a place to stay, then when they kindly agree, tear his place and life apart, simply because he doesn't want you to steal his toddler's treats. In story number 2, we have a family that is simply giving away some scrap metal. Let loose the choosing beggar. I saw your ad on Craigslist. Is the scrap metal still available? Hi there. Yes, it is. We got lots. Feel free to stop by any time before 6 today to pick some out. Great, thank you. No problem. I noticed in the photo there was a truck that held some of the scrap metal. Is that yours? Ah, yeah. That's our old 79 F-150. Part of the deal? No, sorry. It's still a good working, reliable truck. No need to scrap it. It's just helping us haul stuff. Okay, I live over on Orient, not even a 5-minute drive away from your location. I'll be home around 5:30 if you're able to drop the metal off to me. Oh, I'm so sorry. I think we had a misunderstanding. The scrap metal is pickup only. When I said we were using the truck to haul stuff, I meant haul stuff out to our storage unit where we're giving the metal away. Again, if you're interested, you can come by any time before 6. If that doesn't work for you, we're going to be back here tomorrow and Saturday. Just let me know. Why not just drop off the pieces on the back of the truck to me? I am 5 minutes away. I don't have a truck to haul. I'm sorry, we're just not able to do that. You can come over and pick pieces that'll fit into whatever size vehicle you have, though. I'm sure we have some that'll fit all sizes. I just don't understand why you can't bring it to us. Orient Street is our address. Okay, fine. Spoke to my husband, we will come pick up. We need $5 or $10 for gas to get to you though. We have PayPal if that works for you. This is John from /bash. Thanks for watching. If you've enjoyed the video and want to see more of them, then please hit that subscribe button. We'd love for you to drop a like, share it with your friends, and we will see you in the next one.